Hey guys, just wanting to go over the quiz after you've taken it so you can see how you did, what questions you might have, or just fix any mistakes there might have been. Before we get started, this quiz was 10 questions. Okay, your test tomorrow is going to be 13 questions, and they are pretty much worded just like this quiz is, except for maybe some of the numbers are changed. So if you did well on this quiz, then you were definitely on the right track. If you missed a few things, come see me after school today, okay? We will work through this so that way you can have an awesome test day tomorrow. All right, let's get started. Okay, number one, what is the molar mass of nitrogen? Okay, well, if it's asking for the molar mass of anything, you're just gonna look it up. Okay, nitrogen's right here. Nitrogen is 14.007 grams. Okay, that's the molar mass. All right. Let's see. Number two, okay, 8.1 times 10 to the 24th atoms of phosphorus is equal to how many grams of phosphorus? Okay, atoms to grams, it does not say moles anywhere. So we know this is a two-step problem. Again, it's atoms to grams, doesn't say moles, two-step, okay? No moles equals two steps. So I can go ahead and draw my train tracks. It's gonna have two steps in it. Okay, we start with what we're given. 8.1 E24 atoms of phosphorus. Okay, if it's two steps, first thing I need to do is convert atoms to moles. So that's gonna look like 1 mole of phosphorus over Avogadro's number, 6.02 E23 atoms of phosphorus. All right, converted it to moles, my units are diagonal. So the last thing I need to do is convert this to grams of phosphorus. Okay, if I have 1 mole right here, that means 1 mole goes on bottom here. And phosphorus is 30 I'm getting it from right here, 974 grams of phosphorus. Okay. With it being two-step, we're going to start in the calculator with what we're given, divide it by Avogadro's number, multiply it by the molar mass, and I rounded my answer to 416.7 grams of phosphorus. Okay. Again, you might have rounded a little bit differently, but as long as it's really darn stinking close to that, then you're on the right track. Okay. Number three, a 1 mole sample of gold is how many grams? Well, if it's 1 mole, then it's whatever the mass is of gold on the periodic table, because we're looking for grams. Okay, so if I find gold, gold is right here. Okay, gold is AU, and it says that it is 196.967 grams. Okay, again, gold is AU. Number four, 3.2 moles of sodium chloride is equal to how many formula units of sodium chloride? Okay, this has moles in the problem. Remember, if it says moles, that means it's a one-stepper. Okay, with one step, we're going to start with what we're given, 3.20 moles of NaCl. Okay. All right, so if we have moles here, then we know that moles must go on bottom of the next one. So 1 mole sodium chloride. Okay. Next, it's wanting us to find formula units. Okay, so formula units. Which definition do we use for formula units? You should be saying Avogadro's number. Okay, so 6.02 E23 formula units of sodium chloride. All right, because we're given moles and we're trying to find the formula units, we're going to multiply. All right, so this answer should be 1.9. Remember, we're going to say times 10 instead of E because we're people, not calculators. Talk like a person, okay? 1.09 times 10 to the 24th formula units NaCl. Okay. Do not say E24, okay? We are not calculators. Number 5, how many moles in 7.352 times 10 to the 23rd molecules? Okay, again, says moles, so we know this is a one-stepper. All right, how many moles in 7.352? Let's see, 7.352 E23 molecules of CO2. All right, well, molecules, okay, that means we're going to be using Avogadro's number because that's the number of particles. All right, since we have molecules here, molecules is going to go on bottom, so 6.02 E23 molecules of CO2 for every 1 mole of CO2. Okay, now because we're looking for moles, okay, we're going to divide by molecules by Avogadro's number, and when you do, it's 1.22 moles of CO2. Okay. Please make sure you double check when you put this in the calculator. Look all the way to the right of your answer. There should not be an E. If you're getting an E in your number, then you're doing something wrong in the calculator. Ask somebody around you for help, or come see me after school and I'll help you out too. All right, number 6, 0.33 moles of bromine is equal to how many molecules of bromine? Okay, so how many steps did you do for this one? Hopefully just one, okay, because it says moles. Okay, so again, one step. All right, so we'll start with what we're given, 0.33 moles of bromine. All right, so if we have moles on top, that means it goes on bottom of the next one, 1 mole of Br2. Okay, and if we're looking for molecules, okay, this is molecule spelled out, this is molecules abbreviated. Again, we're going to be using Avogadro's number. Molecules of Br2. Okay, the numbers on top, we were given moles, so the numbers on top here. So we're going to be multiplying these together. All right, and again, anytime you use a number with E in it, make sure that there's not if there is or is not an E in your answer, okay? Check your number all the way to the right. Because for this one, you're going to be getting 1.987 E23, but we're saying times 10 to the 23rd because we're people, right? Molecules of bromine. All right. See, next, 75 grams of calcium is equal to how many atoms? Does it say moles in this problem? Nope. This is a two-stepper. So we start with our 75 grams, and we have to first convert that to moles. Okay, so if we have grams on top, means we're gonna have grams of calcium on bottom. And because it's grams, we use the periodic table. Okay, 1 calcium is equal to 40.078 grams, or 1 mole, okay. 1 mole of calcium is equal to 40.078 grams of calcium. Okay, and it's wanting to know how many atoms that is. So I'm gonna put my 1 mole on bottom, so that way they're diagonal. And then it's atoms is, again, Avogadro's number. Let's see, atoms of calcium. All right, and that should be how it looks. So you're gonna start by putting 75 divided by 40.078 times Avogadro's number. All right, and hopefully you got 1.13 times 10 to the 24th atoms of calcium. Right. Next, what is the total number of moles of helium gas contained in 4.67 times 10 to the 24th molecules? Okay, so it's asking us for moles. So that's how we know it's a one-step problem, okay? How many moles? And this is how much we're starting with, okay? So that's like saying 4.67 E22 molecules of, says helium. Okay, so He. And we're trying to figure out how many moles. So we know that's only one step. If we have molecules here, then that means we need molecules on bottom of the next track. And then 1 mole on top. And that's it, we're done, because it's asking us what's the total number of moles of helium. Okay, so when we divide here, because the number's on bottom, you should get 0.078 moles of helium. All right. Number 9, the molar mass of a substance represents how many atoms of the substance? Well, that's a different question. Okay. So the molar mass of a substance, we know it as being equal to 1 mole. Okay, but that's not what this question's asking. It's not asking how many moles does the molar mass of a substance represent. It's asking us how many atoms. Do you guys remember how many atoms are represented by 1 mole? Yeah, Avogadro's number. Okay, so 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms. Right, so that's how this question is wanting you to think. Okay, to tie things that you know together. Right, and for the last one, how many molecules are in 152 grams of carbon tetrafluoride hydride? All right, so how many molecules? We're starting with 152 grams. Okay, it doesn't say moles, it says molecules, not moles. So we know this will be a 2-stepper. Okay, start with the number we're given, 152 grams of CH4. Okay, well, if I'm starting with grams, first thing I have to do is convert it to moles every time. So 1 mole of CH4. And because it's grams, I need to do the molar mass. So I'm going to do 1 carbon's mass plus 4 hydrogen's mass. Okay, and when I do that, I get 16.043 grams of carbon tetrahydride. All right, so we've now converted it to moles. Now we can convert to what we're looking for, and we're looking for molecules. Okay, so 1 mole CH4 is equal to 6.02 E23 molecules of CH4. All right, when you put this in the calculator, you got it right, you'll get 5.7 times 10 to the 24th molecules CH4. All right, if you want to kind of grade it yourself to see how you would have done if this was the actual test, the points would have been about 10 points per problem. All right. And if you didn't do as hot as you were hoping, please come see me after school. Let me help you out before the test tomorrow. Okay. Otherwise, see if people around you can help too. Okay. This is just a unit that sometimes people get a little bit quicker than others, and that's fine. Okay. That's fine. This will click for you too. All right. Just don't be scared to ask for help. All right. We're all on the same team here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget about the test.